Take the blue pill and your story ends. Take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Teleporters are finally a thing in creative mode, and there's so many cool things you'll be able to do with this device. In this video, I'm gonna show you the basics of the teleport device and how I set up this cool little sequence at the beginning. Let's start by going over the basics of the teleporter. Number one most important thing to understand about the teleporter is the direction it's facing. So with this teleporter right here, it is facing this direction. So this is the front, where the particles are going is the back of the teleporter, and then you'll see this little glowing thing at the bottom. That is the bottom of the teleporter. Understanding those directions is going to be really important when you're trying to devise how people go through the teleporter and come out of the teleporter. I'll explain more about that in just a second. Okay, here's the basics of setting up a teleporter. You have to understand the teleporter groups and teleporter target groups. A teleporter group is what this one specific teleporter belongs to, and then the teleporter target group is the group of teleporters that this one will send people to. Now, it's set up in groups because you can have random teleporters that it sends to. So you could have 3 teleporters on group B, and then it'll randomly choose which one it sends you to. But today I'm not really showing how to do random groupings. I'm really gonna just show how you get from A to B, and then some of the cool things you can do with the teleporter. So let's say with this one, we wanna go from this wooded spot to the brick spot. So what we do is we have, this is teleporter group A, and we're gonna send it to teleporter group B. And then we're gonna set up the brick one to be in group B and to send people back to group A. That way these teleporters are kind of linked and will send people in a loop. Let me show you how it works now. So we've set it up to where you can go back and forth between the teleporters, and it's really pretty awesome. Now let's look at some of the unique settings to the teleporter. So one is changing teleporter target. This is going back to the groups that I was talking about, where you could have it choose a random teleporter to send you to. So say you had 3 teleporters on group B, and if you made it to change every time you entered group A, then it would send to one of the 3 random teleporters on group B. You can also have it to where it changes which teleport it sends to every 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and so on. You can make it so the rift is visible or hidden, which is nice, so you could just have an invisible teleporter. You can turn off the visual and sound effects of the teleporter. And then you have 2 of the more interesting settings on the teleporter, conserving momentum, and then which way is the player facing when they come out of the teleporter. Conserve momentum is very straightforward. If you have it on yes, then when your player enters at a very fast speed, it's gonna come out of the other one at that same speed. If you have it set to no, then when you go through a teleporter, you'll just appear on the other side of that teleporter standing still. Now let's talk about which way the player is facing when they come out of the teleporter. There are 3 different settings. There's yes, no, and relative. I'm still not exactly sure the difference between no and relative, but let me show you the difference between no and yes. Okay, so I have these 2 teleporters linked together, and they're both turned on to yes. So when I go into this one, I'm facing the mountains over there, and I go into it, and all of a sudden I'm not facing the mountains anymore because I've turned it on to yes. When you have it set to yes, it's gonna make you face the way the particles are pointing. So no matter which direction I go into this, if I go in backwards, it's gonna point me back in the direction these are facing. These teleporters I have set up on no, so that when I go into it, it just points me in the direction I was originally facing. So I'm gonna go in here, I'm still facing towards those mountains, I'm gonna go straight towards that volcano out there, and I'm still pointing towards that. Relative does basically the same thing as no. If there's something different, let me know in the comments below. Having the directions set up properly makes it so you can do really cool things. I have this little parkour thing set up here where you're gonna jump off this into that rift, and it's gonna pop you out the top to where you can now jump on top of this platform. Otherwise, this platform would be impossible to get to. Let me show you. Okay, I'm at the top of the platform now. We're gonna jump down, and we're popping out the top with momentum, and we were able to make it onto this platform. Let me show you how I set this up. Okay, so this teleporter on the ground is set to group D, and it's teleporting to group C. That's all I really need on that teleporter. This teleporter is the most important. The most important thing here is to make sure that I've set this to group C so that it receives from that teleporter on the ground. I also have my conserve momentum on, and I have it to where it doesn't change the direction the player is going. So make sure this is set to no. Now the most important part of this trick is the direction of the teleporter. You can see here that the teleporter is upside down because this is the bottom of the teleporter and the front of the teleporter is pointing towards the platform. Because remember, this is the front, that is the back. When I'm jumping off here, I'm going down that teleporter and then coming out the bottom of this one with momentum, and I'm still facing the direction I was pointing so I can hold forward to land on this. So once again, it's really important how this teleporter is set up so that I'm pointing the right direction and getting the momentum out the way I wanted it. So here's how I set up that beginning sequence. I have a little room here where it tells you to take the red pill or the blue pill. If you push the red pill, it activates a teleport device right here, and then you walk through it and it takes you to the group B teleporter, which is up at the top of this black tower, and then it just drops you down here, and then right outside there's going to be a little device here that you're going to pick up the sliding ability, and then you go through this teleporter, which takes you to the group D teleporter. The group D teleporter is in this big space where I set up a bunch of these awesome nebula barriers, and then it pops you out here, and you'll see how I positioned the rift so that I would pop out the top and fly out this way over to this teleporter, which takes me to the teleporter on group E, which is out on the other side of the nebula over here. And then I've set up this teleporter a little bit special to where when you come out of it, it transmits on channel 3, and then it also disables it when it receives from channel 3 so that it just disappears completely. You'll never go back through it or anything like that. So that's how you use the teleport device. I can't wait to see all of the awesome other things that people make with this. If you make a map with the teleport device and it's just really cool, please send me the code. I want to try it out. That's it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching. If you want to see some other how-to build things in creative mode, there's a playlist right here with all of the how-tos I've done so far. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. We do a lot of awesome stuff in Fortnite Creative, and sometimes we play some normal Fortnite as well. All right, guys, thanks for watching and have an awesome day.